Hello, today is April 13th, 2016, and today is fasting day number 6. So I'm here to give you some of my chronicles, things that I go through. I have some notes on the side, so I'm going to be referring from time to time, just so I can have a different, message or different information every day. I'll try to keep this to 10 minutes. I'm going to talk about heart disease, and I'm going to start talking about the different issues that you can overcome if you use your common sense. I mean, really, that's really what it comes down to, and all of us, and me too. First of all, the day started off kind of tough for me. One of the reasons why I like to fast is because it clears blockages in my life. Mental blockages, business blockages, my relationships with the people in my life. I like things that run smoothly and easy and effortlessly for me. So whenever I fast, I find these things just flow for me. So that's why I appreciate it. And so that's why I'm doing extended fast. I'm pretty confident I'm going to go up to 100 days. Today, I haven't had much juices yet because, to be quite frankly honest with you, I've learned and I've come to understand that your greatest sustenance is your ability to feel love pouring forth from your heart and pouring forth from your being. Food and drink really is nothing more than a substitute for you not being able to assimilate love in your spirit. I'm going to say it again so people don't think that I studied. Food and drink is nothing more than a substitute because humans have difficulty assimilating love and high emotions of love in their spirit. From what I understand and what I'm beginning to glean as I've done all these years of fasting and testing, I find the more that I fast, the less food that I really desire. And it's not an issue where I hate food because I grew up, I was a foodie. But what it is that the addictions that we have is really based upon, us trying to, feel loved, feel connected, feel better, feel good, feel accepted. So think about the next time you eat food. A human being that becomes evolved, and we've heard about these human beings, we've read about them, and many of you practice your religions around them, Jesus, Moses. I say this in almost all the videos. I'm repeating them because in repetition, sometimes we start to get things and learn it. But these beings began to assimilate sustenance on a higher level. That's why they always talk about love and happiness, and because once you have that, you don't need to take lower vibratory substances like water or juices and even fruits and vegetables, even those are higher than the cooked foods that most of us eat. So because I'm feeling a lot more love, I have to be honest with you, I struggle sometimes even to drink all the juices, but I've had 2 today and I'm getting ready to make another one after this video. As I said, I'm going to talk about health in terms of, every day I'm going to try to pick a different topic. I'm going to talk about heart disease. Whenever you have a disease, folks, I always tell people it's always the same things. It's number 1, the body's clogged. Number 2, the body's acidic. Number 3, the body's not getting oxygen. And number 4, the thinking is messed up. So when I looked up heart disease, and you can look this up online, you can choose any disease and look it up, and it's going to break it and tell you what it is. When you look up online heart disease, one of them is arteriosclerosis, and it's plaque in the arteries. Another one is a heart attack, blocked vessels, the blood vessels are clogged. Another one is stroke. The arteries are going to the brain are clogged, and heart failure is congested heart. Now, you don't have to be a rocket scientist, folks. Everything is always, people say to me, Des, why are you thinking you can overcome any disease? Because, maybe I was a kid that just had common sense, because once I figure something out, I'm going, it's that way all the time. Now, I will admit that once I started understanding this, I didn't always want to do something about it. And see, some of you have to be courageous enough to admit that you're willing to sacrifice your own self. And you're willing to even sacrifice your own kids. Now some of you go, wait, that's kind of cold. Here's why I say that. If you know a habit is degenerative, a habit is killing you and can kill the people. Now, I'm not saying you can stop it right away, but we can all at least take a little baby step toward correcting it. If you don't take a baby step toward correcting it, then what are you doing? You're becoming an example of a bad habit. So I just gave these definitions. Arteriosclerosis. So the question is, what blocked the arteries with plaque? What clogged the arteries that people get a heart attack? What clogged the vessels to the vein, to the brain, that you people get a stroke? And what clogged it that people get congestive heart failure? It's the food you eat. That's it. And because you may be emotionally having challenges in your life and you may be frustrated, it'll cause you to eat and engage in activities of a low vibratory nature. How do I know? Because I've done it. When you fast, you have to deal with your emotional self. There is no escaping it. There is no turn to potato chips. There's no turn to brown rice and steamed vegetables and pasta. You've got to deal with your emotions. So I challenge you folks to look up any disease on Google. It's always going to be the same 4 reasons. The part of the body is clogged, acidic, not getting oxygen, and the thinking, I kind of try to address it in all these videos in terms of how you may want to think and how you want to, focus your thinking process. Today's fasting day number 6 for me. It's still early. I don't have really any cravings whatsoever. A lot of times I may have stopped my fast because I felt I was getting too thin, but now I'm just going to drink a lot of juice to keep the calories coming in, and I don't really care anymore. I want to see the benefits that I've heard about. I want to see the spiritual awakening. I want those type of things. I think they're beautiful. I think that is something that many people in our society need. I always say when you follow a philosophy that doesn't give you results, that's a little crazy. So I'm expecting results, and I'm pretty sure I'll get them. With that being said, today's word in terms of emotions is going to be radiance. So I've been focusing on radiance today. And the reason why is radiance is, light inside of you. So how do I do it? Here's how I do it. The light that's above me that I'm able to get this video, I appreciate is radiance. I appreciate the radiance inside my heart. I appreciate the radiance of everybody watching this video. I appreciate the radiance of the squirrels that go past my window. I appreciate the radiance of the birds that I hear outside chirping first thing in the morning. I appreciate the radiance of the spiders that I see in my house. I appreciate the radiance of what I see on Facebook in terms of information, ideas, and concepts. I appreciate the radiance of the sunlight bouncing off cars as they drive by my building. I appreciate the radiance of the people that I see as I walk throughout my neighborhood. I appreciate the radiance and the brilliance of the architecture in my neighborhood. I appreciate the radiance of the greenery that grows in the cracks of the sidewalks. I appreciate the radiance of all the new foliage of spring as it comes forth from all the trees. I see radiance in everything around me, and I really appreciate it. There's nothing that comes forth my eye that's not radiant. Everything that comes forth my eye has a radiance. Why? Because I know everything is energy. And I know that because everything is energy, it contains protons, neutrons, and electrons. And I know protons, neutrons, and electrons are basic atoms. And I know when an atom is split, boom, energy is released. So everything before me is radiant. And I know that the more I can look at the radiance of the things around me, the more I can see the radiance of myself. When I see the radiance of myself, then I see the beauty and love of myself. I can see the beauty and radiance of all the people around me. With that being said, folks, we're almost up to 10 minutes. I'll be coming back tomorrow with fasting day number 7, and I'll have a different disease to think about. Remember, don't be afraid of these diseases. Take control of your life. Remember, all of you are pros. That's my acronym for people who are positively radiating opulence. So my pros, what are you doing? You're positively radiating opulence. With that being said, good night. God bless. Until tomorrow's video. Take care.